Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Today, I am going to be watching the brand new Xbox Games Showcase 2024. This is important. This is Zombies information. Kevin Drew is on our screen. He's going to be talking about it. Now, I know it says 59 minutes in the bottom. It's only a small section of the video. This is my first time reacting to it. This came out 5 days ago. I'm a little late. I didn't even know this was a thing until I saw the Mr. Raffle Waffles video. But I'm very excited to check it out. Let's get into it.
No drew people to the franchise at the same time. It's very similar for a lot of the stuff I saw in the Blops Direct, you know.
When you were saying earlier about the pandemic, right? There was challenges with that. In the last game we made, we had to make concessions. And
the Cold War was during the
there
pandemic.
Certain things that we wanted to bring to Zombies that we couldn't. And now this has been the opportunity here to fully realize and make what we think will be the best version of it. And one of the big things is bringing back a set crew. Like this idea that who you play as in the story matters a lot, and you're growing with them as you progress through the cinematics and just the moment-to-moment gameplay, which you have these emergent moments, and when you have the characters actually have personality and interact with each other, that's huge, right? For both of them.
I mean, big ding, 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 1,000,000 points. I mean, oh my goodness, that was one of the best things about Zombies was that character reaction. Hell yeah, Kevin Drew!
And you see how they react. Like, you might bond closer to this character more than that character based on their reactions, which is really cool.
I'm not gonna lie, when Marcus looked like he was gonna fall over, I'm like, no, not my boy. And then it came down to brotherhood. Yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah, for the Cheers trailer.
I'm not. I was on pins and needles, okay? Just let me have this, all right? Let me have this. All right. Look, one of the things that I love, especially as a developer, is being able to watch out for some of those personal touches in the game. And I think, for me, that's a very humanizing element. It's always nice to remember that the people making these things are often fans. A lot of them are like, I'm excited for this game, too. I'm curious if there are any, like, personal touches that y'all got for me.
I think it's very important to remember that Kevin Drew is sort of the original guy left in the Zombies game mode. A lot of the people, a lot of the Vonderhaar, the Zelensky, the Blundell, you know, the Craig, like, they're not there anymore. But he still is. He has been a lead developer since the beginning, especially in the story gameplay aspect. He's the only really one that I can still recognize that is left, except for maybe Leslie Miles. I don't know how long he's been there. But you know, this is a guy that directed Zetsubo Noshima. This is a guy that did a lot of things during Black Ops 4. So it is awesome to see that sort of change, how he's been there. And he's obviously been a fan and has grown towards the series. And it looks like that this game specifically, he has really been able to take his time and really put work to his craft, especially with that extra year life cycle. I'm interested to see what Kevin Drew says about this personal touches question.
I know it's some personal touches in Black Ops, and we also got like a look at some of them in the deep dive. I want to know specifically in Zombies. Are there some
Zombies? I mean, it's Zombies.
This was for the fans.
Yeah. So I mean, I've worked on every Black Ops game, so I have a lot of very specific examples over the year. Like, if you're working on the game, you're putting a part of you in it, right? And so like, early days when you're working, like when I was working on campaign levels, I ended up like on Black Ops 2, I named a red shirt in one of the levels I was working on, Crosby, because of a previous game on Black Ops 1. He was like this one-line character, but he was just hilarious to all of us. So I started to name him there, and then I moved to another campaign level and another one, and soon enough there was like 8 levels with Crosby in it, and he had a full character arc.
That means Crosby is the Carmine of Black Ops.
Crosby is the guy, is the GOAT.
But,
he's the GOAT.
When he got to Zombies, it was sometimes our personal touches are accidental. When we were working on Black Ops 2, we were like a new team working on it, and we hadn't quite caught up with all of the rules yet, and so when we were determining the eye color for Mob of the Dead, a producer got asked like what color to make them, and he's just like, I don't know, red. And then with Q2, like we released the trailer, and the community is like, what is this third faction? What do the red eyes mean? And we're like, oh, okay. That was like,
bro, that's crazy. I don't know if you guys saw this tweet right here, but it talked about how that was an accident. And yes, because originally it was who was controlling the zombies. Was it Samantha or was it Richtofen controlling the zombies based off the blue or the yellow eyes? And these were a big thing in the early days of Zombies. Even it was Maxis or Richtofen, right? It was one of those two. But in Modern Dead they were red, and people started speculating, was it the devil himself controlling it because the map was in purgatory? And this confirms, right? And it's just like the FNAF series. It's just like other series where it's more lore based rather than just giving you all the story. You really can, the team can really make anything, and the community can just take a run with it. And I hope we see those unanswered questions in this new game as well. That we have so many questions, but not enough answers, and I'll have the community speculate about it more.
But I think in recent years, not even directing the gameplay, the design systems, it's really about I want to bring zombies to more people, and so approachability has been a key part for me to put in the game. So just really like raising the floor. A lot of people, it's a very challenging mode, and so when people try for the first time, they might survive for 2 minutes, and it's like once you get in there and you experience like the higher rounds, it's so much fun. So we want to just make sure that more people can do that.
One day I'm gonna get to those higher rounds.
You're gonna do it.
This is the year. This is my time.
This game, we got all sorts of stuff for you that's gonna help you with that.
That is obvious in Cold War. The ceiling, or the floor is way lower, but there has to be a balance, right? And I agree with him that floor should be easier, maybe starting off in that map. And that's why I think in Cold War you start off with the pistol. You have the salvage system. You're able to bring in a specialist or a field upgrade. I think that is intentional for that purpose of that floor. But I think there has to be a sort of super high ceiling as well for those hardcore players. And I think the way to find that is the Easter egg. Maybe you have a World War II style Final Reich Easter egg with the one easy and one hard. But if you're gonna have such an easy floor in terms of high round gameplay, then you have to have a high ceiling in terms of Easter egg.
Dig into those specific time periods in both of those franchises. Because for me, that was the standout thing in the trailers, that both of them made a big point to point out this is where this is happening, and this is the story that we want to tell. And in Black Ops, like picking the 1991, just after the Cold War, those shots of seeing Bush and Clinton talk ripped directly from my memories. I'm dating myself a little bit, but picking a very specific time. What was going through the heads?
A recent time.
That moment to set Black Ops 6 in. Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe you can't speak to that from the zombie side, but if you can, give me that.
I could give a light touch.
Give me a light touch.
That's part of our DNA, right? Like the Black Ops series goes into very historical, memorable beats and kind of gives you this version that could have existed where there's a deeper story there. There's a lot of espionage and betrayal and shadowy ops. And in this version, right, like this idea of you becoming an enemy of the state, like the actual government is betraying you because they're doing some bad things and you want to fix it. So it's also just a very nostalgic era, right? I think a lot of us, at least elder millennials, we're children during this time period, and it's like revisiting those things with a mature perspective is going to be, I think, a lot of fun.
That is one of the coolest things about the Black Ops series compared to IW and compared to Sledgehammer, is the fact that Treyarch has always been able to match that historical context, and they've done a way better job than other companies. I mean, you even saw the controversies of Fidel Castro on the Bay of Pigs in Black Ops 1. World at War is set in World War II. Black Ops 1 is set during the Vietnam War. You have the Cold War. You have Black Ops 2, which will, is right after the time period. You also have this game, which will be set in the 90s during the Gulf War. They kind of got away with it in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, obviously, because those were set in the future. But these two games, man, Treyarch has always done a great job at making that history. But the issue that I might see with this zombies game is, yes, you can have great moments in history in the 90s. You could have a zombie map put in like something like Chernobyl, have a zombie map put somewhere in like, the Berlin Wall in Cuba, right? Those places are really cool. But if zombies is going to be relegated to only the 90s and they're not going to be able to explore other places, I don't know if that's a good sign, because it limits the amount of creativity you can place a map. Right, because in the older zombie mode, there was no limit at all. You want to go to the moon, you want to go to Mars, you want to go to bars, you want to go to stars, I don't care, go ahead and do that. But you don't see that in the newer game, especially in Cold War, because it's really set in the 80s and all of the maps are set during that time period. What is going to be the difference in this game? I don't know. Are they going to connect the timeline? Is there going to be jumping around? I'm not saying it has to be multiverse like it is in Ether, but I'm saying that variety would be very nice.
But on the zombie side, we left you like on a huge cliffhanger. So basically, Cold War was building up a lot of beats. We at the end, like we kind of just did a huge 180. The director ended up being Edward Richtofen, who is a long-stay zombies character.
Yeah.
He betrays your entire squad. He sends them off for prison for 5 years, and we're here now in the early 90s picking up the pieces. So the crew has been in prison for 5 years. They've been just, Sarah Connor.
And the Terminus, right? The map that is going to be shown here, it looks like that is going to be the prison that they were stayed at, or that is going to be the map where Peck points to at the end of that Forsaken trailer. I think it could be both. It could be one or the other, but we're going to see what that is, what the Victory Falls map, or Liberty Falls map, Victory Falls, is, and those distinguishes are going to be pretty cool, and we'll see which one is which.
Basically just doing a lot of push-ups and just ready for revenge.
Ready to roll. All right, look, the voices in my head are telling me that we don't have a whole bunch more time. I want to know, what you got final thoughts to lead the people with before they get a chance to do their own research and digging? Give me something. Come on. What you got? What we leaving the people with?
I think the same thing, where it's like I've been waiting like literally years to just say round-based zombies is going to be a Black Ops 6.
Yes.
And I think we've set out to make the best version of it. So I think the entire team's very passionate about the mode, and we're bringing things back from the past, like Gobblegums, and among other things. And I think we're going to really make something special here, and we hope everyone enjoys it.
Outstanding. I want to thank all y'all for being here. Can we give our panelists one more round of applause, please? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I'm giving you a round of applause.
Get out of here.
Ron.
That was really nice. Listen, first off, shout out to Guild of War E-Day. That game looks awesome. But Black Ops 6, I am loving everything that I've seen so far. Kevin Drew and the entire team of Treyarch look super passionate about it, and we've literally gotten 30 seconds of gameplay. I'm excited to see what is happening so far. I think it's going to be a really great mode. But with all of that being said, I'm going to let you guys head on out of here. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of Kevin Drew's answers on this panel, what you see, the classic zombies he's bringing back, and let me know what your opinions are. But I appreciate you all. Like I said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.